It's 9 o'clock on the West Coast, East Coast, sorry, East Coast. 10 at 6 a.m. on the West Coast. And in Malaysia, it's so screwed up. Never mind. In Malaysia, it's 1971, okay? A totally nothing year. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome. Twitch.tv/Jay Sheldon No Pants. Facebook Live, our page is I'm Not Wearing Pants. And on YouTube, you will find me under Jay Sheldon. Just look for that logo, and that's the one. We are live triple casting to the world. And Kiwi Little hello over on Twitch. Nice to see you tonight. Hey, Kiwi Little. I I put it in the title of the stream. I got nothing. Because honestly, about a half hour ago, I was thinking, oh, it's Tuesday. I got a stream tonight. It's on my schedule. And usually something happens during the day or in the last couple days, because my normal schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then occasionally another day when I feel like it. So I started thinking about what I was going to talk about, and I came up with a couple of things. But nothing earth-shattering, nothing mind-blowing. Of course, we will, at the end of the stream, be reading another chapter from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. We do that every stream. We end with a chapter in a book, and our first book is, has been The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the original L. Frank Baum version, which is a bit different from the film that we all know and love. And yeah, so I got nothing. I do have a few things and a little Facebook review going on, so we'll talk about that. If you missed me on Saturday, you weren't paying attention, because you didn't actually have to miss me on Saturday. I was live with Mr. Sam C., the very funny comedian from Singapore, and I was on with Osman Zulkifli and Stephen Bones Everything, and Mr. Sam C., and we were on his channel playing an RPG, a role-playing game. I'm an old boomer. I don't really know how these things work. I used to have a housemate who was insane into Dungeons and Dragons, which is an RPG, and he was literally just crazy about it, right, Michael? And so I kind of get the concept of RPGs. I told you before, I was one of the original beta testers for Meridian 59, which was a graphical mud game. Kind of role-playing, but a graphical mud. One of the originals. And still apparently out there. That's one I really should figure out how I can set it up and play it. But this whole making it up as you go along, look, among the many things that I do for a living, one of them, as you know, is a voice actor. And some of you know me from No Straight Roads, playing the role of Cliff. But I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of voices for commercials, TV commercials, animated films, animated series, all kinds of things. But for every one of them, I just read the words on the paper. It's a script. I just read the script. I don't have to think. Alex Key. Hey, thank you for the like, Mr. Key. All right, Alex, good to see you. Nice to have you along. Nice to have you on board. Thank you. So I always have a script in front of me. I just read the words on the page. I put my character into it, but making stuff up off the top of my head was a time when I was in radio. I was really pretty good at that. Nowadays, not so much. So, does this look familiar, by the way, Alex? A little bit? So in a role-playing game, obviously you have to play the role you create for yourself with Sam's help, and stay in character and react the way the character would. But everything you do, everything you say comes from here. Well, my from here is a little emptier than it used to be. So, anyway, we had a blast. Stephen was nuts. Osman with that goddamn Scottish thing was annoying as hell. He had one of those little Japanese noisemaker things, and it was crazy, but it was a lot of fun. Anyway, I thought I had set up to host Sam C's stream on my page on twitch.tv. I don't know. Hey, Invis Toby, you made it. Thank you. Good to see you. So whether or not it worked, I don't know. Maybe if you checked out looking for my show on Saturday night, I hope you were able to see Sam C's show because I was on it. So that's where I was on Saturday night. Yeah. Yeah, right. Osman and his horses. Which I tried to take a bite out of, but for some reason that didn't work. I don't know. So yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a crazy night, but it was a lot of fun. Excuse me. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing, very cool thing, is my brother. My brother Michael, who may be watching right now. I don't know. Michael, if you're there, say hi in the chat. I think you're probably on Facebook Live. My brother, who is an incredibly talented, very funny guy. Love him to bits. He has been an actor and done a whole bunch of crazy jobs and had some success. He owned a bar for a while. He did this amazing character whom to this day, her reputation still follows her around, Cookie LaRue. Actually went on a countrywide tour with this character. And there are some very funny YouTube videos if you Google or YouTube search Cookie LaRue, Larue, I think. Anyway, Michael is insane. You think I'm nuts? My brother is certifiable. Anyway, point being, we were chatting this past few days ago, and the idea occurred to me, he needs to come on my show. He needs to be on this show. So Michael, if you're watching, I already invited you. This is officially a public invitation. Please, you can call in on Skype if you want. We'll figure out a way to get you streaming up. I know, like me, tech isn't a big thing for you, but you're probably better at it than I am. So we definitely need to get Michael on this show. I am working on it. I'm working on talking him into it. That's the first thing. And then once we talk him into it, we got to figure out the logistics of making it happen. Plus, don't forget, he lives in Jersey. Yeah. Hey, are you from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. So he lives in Jersey. And it is, what time is it? It's like 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's like 9:08 in Jersey right now. So in the morning, this morning, here it's 10 o'clock at night in Malaysia. But anyway, he's over there in Jersey, and I did just talk to him before the show started. I said, please at least watch the show, find out what it's like. It's obviously we talk about whatever we talk about, but anyway, I do definitely want to get him on. So Michael Sheldon hopefully will be a guest on the show. Probably in fact, my first guest ever. That's a very good idea. My first guest is my little brother, my crazy little brother. Oh, man. That'll be fun. What else happened? We had an incredible thunderstorm here earlier this evening. And yesterday, Oi, Gavolt. Oh my god. It was insane. The lightning strikes everywhere. It was very nuts. Um, so that happened. Um, I also you know what? I'm noticing tonight. See these eyebrows? Here, let me switch over to the other camera there. You can't really see it on the stream, on this camera very much. But as I was getting older, I said to myself, the one thing you got to be sure you don't wind up with are those old man eyebrows. The best way I can describe them is Walter Matthau eyebrows. Now, I'm sure most of you have no idea who Walter Matthau is. An amazing actor. He has to have passed by now, I have to believe. But he had these enormous bushy eyebrows. You could braid the hair in his eyebrows. And I suddenly noticed, I wasn't paying attention, I'm getting those long hairs in my eyebrows. And then I tried tonight to take the tweezers and like pluck them out. I can't get the tweezers to grip. I have to have somebody to do it for me or something. So that's my next drama, Jay's eyebrows. That'll be the big thing. That'll be on the thumbnail. Jay's eyebrows and the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh my. Yeah, and my squeaky chair. Wait, is somebody here?
Yes, it's me again.
Rondell! Rondell is here, yeah. There you are. I think I can hear you. I don't know if anybody else can or not. Let me No, I can see your background. And there. Now I've got your audio up. And there you are. In some strange ghostly form.
Go ahead and let there be light. So give me like.
Okay. So he's here, and I think we can hear him. There you go. However, I am having trouble getting your visual up on the screen, and I'm. I can see why.
It's mainly because like no one else uses it, and also it's been so long I've actually used it in my face.
Yeah.
I mainly use it as a mic.
And you're in Southern Cal, right?
Yes.
Cool. So, oh my God, it's like really early in the morning out there. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock.
Damn, don't you ever sleep, man?
I do sleep.
While we're talking here, I am desperately trying to figure out why I can't see you on my stream. That's very weird. Huh. No, it's not going to work. Well, that's all right. We got your lovely voice on there anyway, so there's that.
I guess it's all that matters, really.
What's the news from Southern Cal?
It's just mainly, well, I'm assuming we're expecting rain around this time of week right now because it's ridiculously cloudy up in the area.
Mm-hmm. Have you thrown your governor out of office yet?
Uncertain.
Not big into the politics, huh?
Yeah, it's like slight, but not slight. Kind of just like, it is just too much for me to continue focusing on.
Politics these days is insane. And what else do you do?
Well, I'm just like a guy around the house because I'm employed. It's rainy out there.
You got to find a job, man.
I don't think so good. It's gonna be a while until then because considering all the stuff in the world, it should not be a good idea for me to search for a job now.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the best time to be looking for jobs. I really wish I could get your video on because you have a really cool background. And I actually like the idea that your green screen compensation isn't quite working right. It makes you look very ghostly.
Well, I don't even know how to work with this background. It just came with the thing when my face appeared. It's like, oh cool. Like what is this though?
Yeah, as long as you're lit, then Skype does not a bad job of figuring out who you are and comping that into a fake background. Um, but yeah, but you've got to be lit for it to work, and I don't mean the good lit. I mean lit.
I know. I don't know. Okay, USB lights.
uh, what is that background?
Get a little bit. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Now you're lit up a bit
Just had to like point the light in the right direction.
more. uh, oh, how am I going to pronounce that? Bake Mosen or Bake Mosen? I have no idea, but hello. Good to see you. Viewer on Twitch, send in a hello. And on the phone is Rondell, who is calling in from Southern California, one of our regular viewers and contributors to the show. Wow, what else is going on? I have been so out of touch. I haven't been in the U.S. for almost 20 years now. And frankly, that's a good thing. But, but
Well, like I guess everything's just trying to at least calm down to a moderate level. All
right?
I know is that we already started the procedure of vaccinations. In fact, good news: some of my siblings, who are also doctors, have recently received their vaccinations, or at least the first dosage.
Oh, cool. And they haven't turned into zombies or grown a third eye or
No,
anything.
no. In fact, like during the day one of God, we were visiting each other, like in like downtown Disney.
Uh huh.
The only thing is that like sometimes when you receive the dosage, there might be a few drawbacks, like your arm might be numb, or you might have some like pain feeling or something like that.
Uh,
I assume it's I will for me I just assume it's pain from receiving the injection at least because I don't know why I'm not supposed to be fearful of this, but I recently developed like injection fear. Basically, it's just getting it itself is gonna hurt.
it,
It's like a one-time thing, even though you have to do it twice for now.
is it that you don't like needles or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't mind needles. I've never really minded needles. I've had a lot of them, but nah, they always hurt more than I think they're going to. But yeah. Oh, Bakemosan says the second was right. Okay, cool. My pronunciation guide here. Yeah, no, I've not been a fan of needles, but they don't scare the hell out of me. Got to do what you got to do. In fact, just recently when I had my hernia operation, they did. Of course, they had to put the thing, the IV, in the. That's one of the most painful when you get an IV put in, and anyway, I don't want to remember that. So will you get vaccinated?
Probably. I
Probably.
don't know when. It
Although,
will really happen.
yeah,
I'm not really good at predicting the future.
right. Although, unless you've got medical problems, and we don't need to get into that, but I mean, you're what? I think you said you were 19, 20, something like that?
23.
23.
No, 24.
24. All right. So you are like among the, even if you were to get it, the survival rate for people your age and fairly decent health with no comorbidities, it's like what 99.99 whatever percent. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I know there's a lot of thoughts and comments both ways on this vaccine, whether or not it's worth it or people should get it or shouldn't get it. It's a personal decision. But Chaotic Robot, good morning. Stopping by to say hello on Twitch. Nice to see
Hello,
you.
chaotic.
Chaotic is here, and Rondell is on live on Skype.
Yes. I always spot with my names on like YouTube or Twitch. It's like vaccines for done in have to respond in multiple locations at once, as opposed to like one at a time.
Your name, actually, the name on Skype anyway, he says Ohio, or Ohio gozaimasu, depending upon where you are. Is that actually your name, or is that like a screen name?
I think it's yeah, it's my actual name. I kind of just had it there for a while when I used Skype back in the day. I think Skype decides to register my name as that since I get to choose like a username.
Yeah. Well, no, the reason I'm asking is that it's really a unique name, and what is that? What is your heritage?
It's Filipino heritage.
I thought it might be It seemed Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool. So are you pure Filipino?
yeah, I'm Filipino. I'm a Filipino American.
Right,
I
right,
was my family was born in the Philippines. Like one was born in Manila, and the other was in I forgot what the other place is.
right. Cool.
It's hard to keep track. But yeah, we eventually moved. They eventually moved into here, and all my siblings were born here.
Right, right. Very cool. All right. What else?
Well, I think as long as it is, we've had like family like pretty much in every direction in terms of like the areas. I mean, surprised to find out a few of them are a lot more different than I thought would be, especially with the reunion we had about I think 2 to 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, we went up there to Ohio, and I met some family members that were a lot more different than I thought would be. I guess since they live in the forest area, they usually have entirely different points of views.
Ohio is very different from Southern California.
Yeah. For instance, like the kids there are so different from like my family relatives. Like for instance, one of the things they do for fun is wrestle each other. It's like, why are these kids buff?
Because they,
Usually, when you're hunting most of the time, you at least gain a bit of like greater stature.
uh huh. So they wrestle.
Yes.
That's their big entertainment.
What's really bigger is that when I brought one of my systems, one of my game systems with me, it was like it was like something absolute like a gate of new possibility. Because when they first saw it, I was like, "What is that?" And then their mom goes, "Oh, I know that. That's super old." But basically, it was like completely new, and I was like, "Huh, I feel unusual now." I just brought this like new generation, despite that being like years old.
Right. I have never been to Ohio, and I don't have any particular desire to go to Ohio. But no, that's not anything against Ohio. I'm sure it's very
No, it's
nice, but that's Ohio. Uh, all right. Um, all right, we're going to move along, and I've got a couple of other things to get to, and then we'll get into our chapter of the Wizard
Wizard
of
of
Oz tonight.
Oz.
Yeah, that's coming up in just a while. But I thank you very much for the call.
You're great. It's always good talking with you.
All right, we will see you again next stream.
All right.
Call in anytime.
Maybe I'll
Thank.
wake up at that time.
All right,
Thanks.
Rondell. Thanks a
See
lot.
you.
Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
All right. Cool. Thanks to Rondell for Skyping in this evening. Good to hear from him. Very cool. All right. What else we got going on? Oh yeah, I was talking about my eyebrows. I need to fix them. And back in Twitch form, Misha, demigod of discordance. Hey Misha, good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining in. Um, I'm gonna give up on the eyebrows. I'm just I'll just shave them off and paint some on. Maybe I'll paint those big giant ones, some panto looking things. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right. What else is happening? My neighbors have again been driving me nuts. Did I tell you about my crazy neighbors? Oh my god. Right right across. Yeah, no, don't. I promise I will not shave off my eyebrows. I promise. They're just being really weird. They're being very funky tonight. I don't know why. It's bugging me. Okay, across the street from where I live is a property that's rented. and it's currently being rented by some company. I don't know who. And in there are a bunch of workers. They're all female. They all appear to either be Malay or Indonesian. I think from the language I hear, it's Indonesian, but I'm not sure. Nothing against foreign workers. I am one. Excuse me. But they're in and out 24 hours a day. They must do shift work because at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, these guys come to pick them up on motorcycles or with really loud muffled cars. And look, this old man is in bed and usually asleep by 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So when going on outside while they sit out and wait for the people to come out, drives me freaking nuts. And then the new trick is apparently someone, all right, someone is dating one of the girls in the house. But now this house has a whole bunch of women in it. So this guy can't go in the house. Apparently they can't go much of anywhere. So what do they choose to do? They park right in front of my house. Just not blocking my gate, thank God, or I'd have them towed. But just down from the gate. And they sit there sometimes until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning with the car running. Look. All night long. I can only guess what they're doing in the car. I don't want to know. But this goes on night after night after night after night. Sitting out in front of the house, car running, dark tinted windows. And the two, or at least the two of them, maybe more, I don't know, in the car, driving me nuts. And yes, in answer to your question, I have turned into one of those old men who sits out there and goes, "Get off my lawn!" No, I don't yell at them. Honestly, I don't care what they're doing. Whatever blows your hair back, knock yourself out. Just don't do it right in front of my house all night long with your car running. Get a room, huh? Okay, so that's my big complaint. Hey, I've kind of been there in the past, so I know about when you don't have a place to go. And that's all we're going to say about that. Yeah. The worst we have here, says Chaotic Robot, is obnoxious street races. That's nasty. Get the F off my lawn. Yeah. No, they're not on my lawn, and I have a big wall in front of my house. But it's got some slats so you can see through the little thing, and then the neighbor does not have. He has a low wall. Yeah, so. Excuse me again. So anyway, that's my big bitch for the night, is my stupid neighbors. And yes, they could at least shut the car off. Although it's Malaysia, and just like if you were in, say, where I'm from, Connecticut, you'd need to leave the car running for the heat. Here, you need to leave the car running or you will bake to death in a car. Even at night, it's hot. And after it rains, it's hot and humid. More humid. It's always humid. So, but yes, you're right. At least turn the car engine off. And when you come at 2 o'clock in the morning to pick somebody up for their shift, don't sit outside the house and go up and knock on the door. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, for God's sake. Jeez Louise. I'm telling you. Anyway, yeah, there's that. All right, what else is going on? I got to. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Facebook review time. Okay, this is my Facebook page. So I can do this because it's my page. Have you ever heard of the app called Reface? Reface is amazing technology. If you haven't checked it out, please do. They're not a sponsor. I didn't pay for this, but Reface is incredible. You upload a picture of your face, nice, clear, well lit picture. Yeah. And then you scroll through the app, and there's all kinds of different little short movie clips. And then it will. No, I'm not a big LMFAO fan, but it will take your face and stick it on these videos. I've put my face on Sylvester Stallone and Brad Pitt and all kind. Now this one was just the other day. I have a feeling if I play this, I'm going to get in trouble for the music, but I'll play it anyway. Okay, I better dump the music, otherwise I'm going to get serious trouble. But there is my face on LMFAO. Oh my! That this software is incredible. That they can do this so precisely. Yeah, I know. I can't play the music because I'll get a copyright strike if I play the music. So I've got to mute it. Sorry. It's very funny. I just there. Okay. So there's a little bit of it. Yeah, I'm afraid of the copyright strike, so I really can't do that. So this is my next post. This was my dinner last night. I made chicken rendang. I knew I was going to have to explain this, and I really can't. Yes, Stephen has abused this kind of app. You're right. um, Rendang is this mixture of all kinds of spices with coconut milk and cream, and it's spicy and it's cinnamony and it's creamy and it's coconutty and it's unbelievably good. It's very difficult to make. It takes a long time to make because it has to just stew. My preference, my favorite is beef rendang. You can make this with beef. You can make it probably with almost any meat. The typical one is chicken and beef. Ayam and daging lembu. It really, if I do say so myself, because I made it, it really came out really nice. So that was my dinner last night, served up with a fried egg and a big plate of rice. Yum me. This is my brother. I talked, if you just joined us, I spoke in the beginning of the show about getting my brother to come on the show. This is my crazy brother, Michael. And this was the post over here that actually inspired me to think about the idea Michael needs to come on the show. Again, he's doing a song here. This is something he put up on Instagram. It's damn funny. I don't have his permission, so I'm not going to play it. But I'll get Michael on the show. We will have a ball, I promise you. It'll be a lot of fun. Fish thrill rides. You'll get this one. There's that. Oh, yes, by the way, yesterday, February 1st, was Miko's anniversary joining our family. I'd completely forgotten. I know her birthday's December 1st. She was born December 1st. But February 1st, last year, was the first day we went and got Miko, and she joined our family. And that right there is little baby Miko on her first day. In fact, that's her in the car riding home. If I click this, is it going to mess up? No, it's okay. Let me just move it over. There we go. So that's Miko, her first day in the car. I think there's a video too. Yeah, there's a video of me in the car. Let's see if you can see this very well. She's so tiny. Oh my God, look how small she is. There she is. Just coming home in the car. Look at that. Oh my God, she's so... Oh, I remember that so well. First day in the house. She's so tiny compared to now. There she is in my lap again. Hang on, let me move this around. There we go. Look at that little button. She is so adorable. And so tiny. I cannot believe... I can't remember her being this small. Look at that. It's insane. As she explores around the house. There, by the way, is one of my Japanese lanterns. It's from the 1950s. Yeah, and my bench over here. That's a blurry shot, but it's cute. There she is exploring. This is my Japanese garden outside of my dining room. Miko checking it out. Coming at you. Aww. Unbelievable. She's just over a year and a couple of months old. She is, what, 4 or 5 times the size she was then, maybe more. I just weighed her the other night. She was 9.6 kilos, I think. Yeah. So that's little Miko. and we're celebrating her first year here at our house. She's amazing. All right, guys. Wow. I had nothing, and I managed to talk about virtually nothing for 40 minutes. So, yeah, we're going to move on and move into our chapter in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. We will do that very shortly. Want to say thank you to the good folks at the Gutenberg Project. If you go to Gutenberg.org, you will find all kinds of classic books. They are there. They're in the public domain, and they're free. And it's an amazing website. Gutenberg.org is the website. You check it out, and they will. You'll find all that you need there. Okay, so each night when we do a stream, we always end with another chapter in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is the original L. Frank Baum book. We are all the way up to chapter 10, strangely enough. Yeah, we made it to chapter 10. Excuse me. This book does vary a bit from the film, which is kind of good. It's interesting to see how different parts of the film came out of what the original book was that L. Frank Baum wrote. So here we go. It's chapter 10, which is called The Guardian of the Gate. It was some time before the Cowardly Lion awakened, for he had lain among the poppies a long while, breathing in their deadly fragrance. But when he did open his eyes and roll off the truck, he was very glad to find himself still alive. I ran as fast as I could, he said, slithering down and yawning, but the flowers were too strong for me. How did you get me out? Then they told him of the field mice and how they had generously saved him from death. And the Cowardly Lion laughed and said, I have always thought myself very big and terrible, yet such little things as flowers came near to killing me, and such small animals as mice saved my life. How strange it all is! But, comrades, what shall we do now? Oh, we must journey on until we find the road of yellow brick again, said Dorothy, and then we can keep on to the Emerald City. So the lion, being fully refreshed, and feeling quite himself again, they all started upon the journey, greatly enjoying the walk through the soft, fresh grass, and it wasn't long before they reached the road of yellow brick and turned once again towards the Emerald City, where the great Oz dwelt. The road was smooth and well paved now, and the country was about as beautiful, so that the travelers rejoiced in leaving the forest far behind, and with it the many dangers they had met in its gloomy shades. Once more they could see fences built beside the road, but these were painted green, and when they came to a small house in which a farmer evidently lived, that was also painted green. They passed by several of these houses during the afternoon, and sometimes people came to the doors and looked at them as if they would like to ask questions, but no one came near them nor spoke to them, because of the great lion, of which they were very much afraid. The people were all dressed in clothing of a lovely emerald green color, and wore peaked hats like those of the Munchkins. "Oh, this must be the land of Oz," said Dorothy, "and we are surely getting near the Emerald City." "Yes," answered the Scarecrow, "everything is green here, while in the country of the Munchkins blue was the favorite color. But the people do not seem to be as friendly as the Munchkins, and I'm afraid we shall be unable to find a place to pass the night." "I should like something to eat besides fruit," said the girl, "and I'm sure Toto is nearly starved. Let us stop at the next house and talk to the people." So, when they came to a good-sized farmhouse, Dorothy walked boldly up to the door and knocked. A woman opened it just far enough to look out and said, "What do you want, child? And why is that great lion with you?" "We wish to pass the night with you, if you will allow us," answered Dorothy. "And the lion is my friend and comrade, and would not hurt you for the world." "Is he tame?" asked the woman, opening the door a little wider. "Oh, yes," said the girl, "and he is a great coward, too. He will be more afraid of you than you are of him." "Well," said the woman, after thinking it over and taking another peep at the lion, "if that is the case, you may come in, and I will give you some supper and a place to sleep." So they all entered the house, where they were, beside the woman, 2 children and a man. The man had hurt his leg and was lying on a couch in a corner. They seemed greatly surprised to see so strange a company, and while the woman was busy laying the table, the man asked, "Where are you all going?" "To the Emerald City," said Dorothy, "to see the great Oz." "Oh, indeed!" exclaimed the man. "Are you sure that Oz will see you?" "Why not?" she replied. "Why, it is said that he never lets anyone come into his presence. I have been to the Emerald City many times, and it is a beautiful and wonderful place. But I have never been permitted to see the great Oz, nor do I know of any living person who has seen him." "Does he never go out?" asked the Scarecrow. "Never. He sits all day, day after day, in the great throne room of his palace, and even those who wait upon him do not see him face to face." "What is he like?" asked the girl. "Well, it's hard to tell," said the man thoughtfully. "You see, Oz is a great wizard, and can take on any form he wishes, so that some may say he looks like a bird, and some may say he looks like an elephant, and some say he looks like a cat. To others he appears as a beautiful fairy, or a brownie, or any other form that pleases him. But who the real Oz is when he is in his own form, no living person can tell. "Well, that is very strange," said Dorothy, "but we must try, in some way, to see him, or we shall have made our long journey for nothing." "Why do you wish to see the terrible Oz?" asked the man. "Oh, I want him to give me some brains," said the Scarecrow eagerly. "Oh, Oz could do that easily enough," declared the man. "He has more brains than he needs." "And I want him to give me a heart," said the Tin Woodman. "That will not trouble him," continued the man, "for Oz has a large collection of hearts of all shapes and sizes." "And I want him to give me some courage," said the Cowardly Lion. "Oz keeps a great pot of courage in his throne room," said the man, "which he has covered with a golden plate to keep it from running over. He will be glad to give you some." "And I want him to send me back to Kansas," said Dorothy. "Where is Kansas?" asked the man with surprise. "I don't know," replied Dorothy sorrowfully, "but it is my home, and I'm sure it's somewhere." "Very likely. Well, Oz can do anything, so I suppose he will find Kansas for you. But first you must get to see him, and that will be a hard task, for the Great Wizard does not like to see anyone, and he usually has his own way. But what do you want?" he continued, speaking to Toto. Toto only wagged his tail, for, strange to say, he could not speak. The woman now called them that supper was ready, so they gathered around the table, and Dorothy ate some delicious porridge and a dish of scrambled eggs and a plate of nice white bread, and enjoyed her meal. The lion ate some of the porridge, but did not care for it, saying it was made from oats, and oats were food for horses, not for lions. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman ate nothing at all. Toto ate a little piece of everything, and was glad to get a good supper again. The woman now gave Dorothy a bed to sleep in, and Toto lay down beside her, while the lion guarded the door of her room so she might not be disturbed. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman stood up in a corner and kept quiet all night, although of course they could not sleep. The next morning, as soon as the sun was up, they started on their way, and soon they saw a beautiful green glow in the sky just before them. "That must be the Emerald City," said Dorothy. As they walked on, the green glow became brighter and brighter, and it seemed that at last they were nearing the end of their travels. Yet it was afternoon before they came to the great wall that surrounded the city. It was high and thick, and of a bright green color. In front of them, and at the end of the road of yellow brick, was a big gate, studded with emeralds, that glittered in the sun, that even the painted eyes of the Scarecrow were dazzled by their brilliancy. There was a bell beside the gate, and Dorothy pushed the button, and heard a silvery tinkle sound within. Then the big gate swung slowly open, and they all passed through, and found themselves in a high-arched room, the walls of which glistened with countless emeralds. Before them stood a little man, about the same size as the Munchkins. He was clothed all in green, from his head to his feet, and even his skin was of a greenish tint. At his side was a large green box. When he saw Dorothy and her companions, the man asked, What do you wish in the Emerald City?" "Oh, we came here to see the great Oz," said Dorothy. The man was so surprised at this answer he sat down to think it over. "It's been many years since anyone asked me to see Oz," he said, shaking his head in perplexity. "He is powerful and he is terrible, and if you come on an idle or foolish errand to bother the wise reflections of the great wizard, he might be angry and destroy all of you in an instant." But it's not a foolish errand, nor an idle one," said the Scarecrow. "It's important, and we've been told that Oz is a good wizard." "Oh, so he is," said the Green Man, "and he rules the Emerald City wisely and well. But to those who are not honest or approach him from curiosity, he is most terrible, and few have ever dared to ask to see his face. I am the guardian of the gates, and since you demand to see the great Oz, I must take you to his palace. But first, you must put on the spectacles." "Why?" asked Dorothy. "Because if you do not wear the spectacles, the brightness and glory of the Emerald City would blind you. Even those who live in the city must wear spectacles night and day. They're all locked on, for Oz has ordered it, and the city was first built. I have the only key that will unlock them." He opened the big box, and Dorothy saw that it was filled with spectacles of every size and shape. All of them had green glasses in them. The guardian of the gate found a pair that would just fit Dorothy, and put them over her eyes. There were 2 golden bands fastened to them that passed around the back of her head, where they were locked together by a little key that was at the end of a chain the guardian of the gate wore around his neck. When they were on, Dorothy could not take them off had she wished. But of course she did not wish to be blinded by the glare of the Emerald City, so she said nothing. Then the Green Man fitted spectacles for the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman and the Lion, and even on little Toto, and all were locked fast with the key. Then the guardian of the gates put on his own glasses and told them he was ready to show them to the palace. Taking a big golden key from a peg on the wall, he opened another gate, and they all followed him through the portal into the streets of the Emerald City. And off they go. That's Chapter 10. Chapter 11 coming up next time, The Wonderful City of Oz. I can't wait. That'll be fun. All right. Yeah, you're right, Invis Toby. Some characters we never knew of and we haven't heard of before. It's very cool to follow along and see what L. Frank Baum originally intended for his characters in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Goodness me. For having not much of anything to chit-chat about, we've chit-chat about a whole bunch of stuff tonight. So it was fun. Thank you so much for joining, whether you are on Facebook Live, I'm Not Wearing Pants, Jay Sheldon on YouTube, our live broadcast there, and of course, twitch.tv, Jay Sheldon No Pants is where you'll find us. I will do my breast. I'll do my breast. I will do my best to convince my crazy brother to come on the show. Maybe next time. We'll be live again on Thursday night. I'll see. I'll do my best. Oh, man. All right, Chaotic. Thank you. Berkey Boy, hello. Good to see you, too. Thanks for joining the stream over there on YouTube. Cool. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment if you want. Feel free. If you're really feeling generous, there's a click link here from twitch.tv, and on Facebook Live, you'll see it in the description. You can send a little something to defray the cost of putting all of this chaos and breasts together. I'm out of here. I had a great time tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you may be watching the stream, appreciate your taking part, and we will indeed. I'll check out your art, Chaotic Robot, as soon as you pop it up there. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. We will see you again on Thursday night, 10 o'clock Malaysian time. You can figure out what time that is where you live. I will talk to you soon. I am Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Good night.